Talking about fighter of the year, Alex Pereira and Ilia Topuria will obviously get those plaudits as they probably should. I like to do something a little bit different, which is an alternate fighter of the year. So if we take things out of the title picture for just a second, who is somebody who maybe was in the top 15, who's maybe got to a top five ranking or so on and so forth, who you look at and go, they've had a fantastic year and set themselves up
Yeah,
for
yeah, good timing
2025.
because we are just sort of going through this in my day job at CBS Sports with us combat writers and editors
Mm,
debating, going back and forth, in terms of the top five in a lot of these categories. And I think the non-champion in the fight of the year balloting who deserves the most respect, in my opinion, might be Carlos Prates for getting 3 wins,
mm,
all by knockout. The last two were just sort of like his momentum of the personality of who he is. MMA's answer in a sense to the great boxer Ricardo Mayorga, the crazy man, the
mm,
former unified welterweight world champion who would, brazenly smoke cigarettes, drink beer, make fun of
mm,
people's, wives and mothers at a level. Carlos Prates isn't exactly that, but
mm.
what he is genuine and dangerous. And to see him have one of these 3 victories all by knockout, where coming in, probably a good amount of UFC fans who know the name don't remember him, but coming out of the year, you know his name now. You know him as sort of a, overnight title contender if a year can last overnight in our mind. But that was such a breakout campaign for him that it's hard not to keep him around, whether you have him at number 4, number 5, wherever it falls in your how people deem these. But yeah, the debate for Taporia and Pereira is as close as a debate I can remember, probably since 2019 with Adesanya and Masvidal.
Mm.
And I really feel like you could argue either way very proficiently. But
Mm.
shout out to those that are still climbing, that are making noise just the same. And Pratesh was one of them.
It's very much a almost quality versus quantity debate in terms of three world title
Yes.
defenses for Pereira, two more high quality title defenses for
Well, and you
Topuria.
got to
That's the
add in the
basic equation.
asterisk of Pereira doing 3 title defenses in 175 days.
Mm,
And I think you have to add in the MVP candidate quality that he was to the promotion. Not like fans debate that or care about that, but when you consider that counting September of 2000, or I'm sorry, November of 2023, it was like 3 straight appearances for Pereira where he filled in for the main event on
yeah,
late notice,
yeah.
elevated the event by knocking out a former champion, or, in
Mm,
Roundtree's case, a hungry contender who surprised us in the early going. It was an incredible campaign. Seriously, I feel like the 2019 Adesanya had in losing the fight of the year ballot in most ballots to Masvidal, although I still seem to be fighting the battle for Izzy. I felt like at the time, man, I don't think you can have a year better than that and not win fighter of the
mm,
year. Well, tell that to Alex Pereira if he doesn't win it. And I know a lot of outlets haven't put out their award yet.
mm,
And like we said, it could be Ilya, it could be Alex, whatever you prefer. But it's not just 3 wins against two in my eyes, even though I think you're right. The quality of competition does sort of lean Ilya's way
mm.
aggressively. Let's not overlook the impact. Again, 175 days, and it wasn't like he was healthy. Can we not remember the fact that Pereira busted a toe in his first fight, entered the
Mhm.
second fight having hurt the other toe, filled in
Yeah,
for Conor McGregor, who pulled out with a toe injury? I
yeah.
mean, and then the injuries and illnesses he revealed after the Roundtree win. You want to say built differently? You want to use a hipster catchphrase, Mike? That dude's built differently. So whether he wins it or not, heck of a year for Poatan.
Yeah.